Stream your way to the 2022 Home Run Derby Finals during MLB All-Star Week in Los Angeles. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
God damn. It's alright. Chemicals are wearing off as you go. Gone, 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 gone. Come on, the lights go off and on. Nothing really matters when you're gone. Think you're living at all. You don't, then you won't. If you don't, no, you don't, and I will consider you gone. I will consider you gone. Consider you gone.
You took the town, I stole the mess you made, was nominated. Oh, I do you, not the way you welcome, soon you find you've overstated. And now, every time I lose attitude, so divine, elevator, oh, wow, my fortune faded, never mind, the consequences of the crime this time, my fortune faded.
Got him.
The medicated state of mind you find is overrated. Oh, I do you. You saw it all come down and now it's time to imitate it. And now, every time I lose attitude, so divine,
Yeah, I don't know if he can fight it. There's a lot of fucking Marlon Tans. I never knew. A lot of women named Marlon Tan or Marilyn Tan or whatever. I'm gonna take a piss and probably go to the store before the stream.
the consequences of the crime this time, not the fortune faded, so divine. Elevator, oh, wow, my fortune faded, never mind. The consequences of the crime this time, not the fortune faded. Turning nothing into something. It's amazing what you can do with nothing. And a little happiness.
Ugh. Oh. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, so whatever. I guess we'll find out. I'll be back. Oh.
With all the dying trees I scream, the angels in my dream, yeah. It's a demons of green that's me. Where I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow.
Entertain the folks.
It took away my things they Oh, that you're riding free. You gotta let me, oh yeah. Where I go, I just don't know. Like I took gotta take it slow. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna give you some of my good time. What's so polite to me? Well, I got everything I need. I'll make my days so free and take away my self-destruction. It's been a baby and it's very sweet. Only wanna talk about I'm on my feet. Take me to the river, let me on your show. And I'll be coming back, baby, I'll be going back and forth. This is the thing, we say we don't go for name, but I'm someone I'm a Congo. Like it never been, but I wanna be there. I'm like that, I'm a customer, I'm a regular devil. Here I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow. Is that my peace of mind? I'm gonna give you some of my good time. Here I go, I just don't know. I might end up somewhere in Mexico. Is that my peace of mind? I'm gonna keep it for the end of time. I got close by you, closer than most to you. What am I supposed to do? Take you away, I've never had it anyway. Take you away, never will be. In you, a star is born. You cut a perfect moment. Someone forever warm. Lay on, lay on, lay on, lay on, lay on, lay on, lay on. We'll fall in love when she dies. All I ever wanted was your life. Deep inside the curtain, I can't hide. All I ever wanted was your life. Your love and no remorse. I'm on TLC horse. It's riding right on course. This is the way I want it to be.
Oh, hope you all enjoyed the Trier content.
All I ever wanted was your life. Deep inside the canyon, I can't hide. All I ever wanted was your life. I got just like you, closer than most to you. What am I supposed to do?
My S key broke.
Take it away, let everything will be okay.
Guess Sucks to Suck is dead.
Where she all I ever wanted was your life. Deep inside the canyon, I can't hide. All I ever wanted was your life.
Ugh.
Try our spicy Cajun chicken sub with sliced, grilled Cajun seasoned chicken breast, house made Cajun mayo, and jalapenos, all on a toasted sub roll. Only at Firehouse Subs. Click the banner to order pickup or delivery. Coming down to the ladder, face we got. Many rooms that I keep that place so hot. Keep the top of the shadows trying to see what I have to say. But you ain't not supposed to, so everything must go away. What do you say? Spinning out letters on my heart. In a life, in a top and top, you got keep the top of the zodiac, but I see your bright star. Shadows be as I go. You're my blood and go away. What do you say? You don't know my mind. You don't know my mind. Talk to me.
Fuck!
So hard and wanted to when you don't know your
I guess we'll transfer over. I don't know. You want karaoke?
this emptiness. I love all of you. Hurt by the cold.
Alright.
So hard and wanted to when you don't know yourself.
Ugh. Fun Cracker is pretty cool. I like going there, riding the go-karts. Come for the whole family then.
Do yourself a favor and get what you really want. From breakfast tacos to burgers, Vapor is the best.
He already has $104 in tips. What the fuck? There's a complain about the noise above. She only comes when she's on top. Therapist said not to see you no more. Said you're like a disease without any cure. Said I've been so obsessed that I've become a bore. Oh no. Caught your hand inside a till, slammed your fingers in the door, bought a kitchen knives and skewers. Dress me up in women's clothes, mess around with generals, dye my eyes and call me pretty. Out of the house, so you move next door. I locked you out, you cut a hole in the wall. I found you sleeping next to me, I thought I was alone. You're driving me crazy when you're coming home. Yeah, that's probably it, Joe. Come thou fount of every blessing, to my heart to sing thy grace. Hymns of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Is the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Lord. Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I come, by hope, by thy good pleasure, safely to arrive at home. Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. He to rescue me from danger interposed his precious blood. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. But thy goodness, like a fetter, bind thy wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Oh, is my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above. Unto you I pledge my love.
If you struggle to lose weight, you must see this. A fat-dissolving loophole.
In Christ alone my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my soul. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest assault and storm. What eyes of love, what depths of peace, when tears are stilled and striving cease. My comforter, my all in all, here in the glove of Christ I'll stand. There in the ground his body lay, light of the world by darkness slain, then bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again, and as he stands in victory, since curse has lost its grip on me, since I am his and he is mine, firm for the purchase blood of Christ. No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first breath to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. No power of hell, no scheme of hand can ever pluck me from his hand. Till he returns or calls me home. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand. Here he returns or calls me home. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Oral treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease,
Seems to stop my breath. Others are just chanting to begin. I said, I need the lyrics, sorry. Seem to stop my breath. My head on your chest, waiting to cave in. From the bottom of my hear your voice again. Can we dim the sun and wonder where we begin? Maybe you and me, so it's me like you did. My heart stopped beating, such a softer sin. I'm melting in your eyes. I lost my place to say a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. So stay with me, lay with me now. Ever caught my breath? Every second I without you will mess. Ever know each other? Trust these words are stones. It's our healing. Learn how to love. I'm melting your eyes. I lost my place to say a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. Stay with me, lay with me. You can stay and watch me fall. You just try to ask for help. We can take our heads off and stay in bed, just make love, that's all. I'm melting in your eyes. I lost my place. Stay a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. Stay with me, lay with me in your eyes. I lost my place. Cause they a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time. Cause I caught fire. Cause stay with me, lay with me. Your eyes, see till the sun burns out, melting in your eyes. Till the sun burns out, I'm melting in your eyes.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Pre-Stream Podcast. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, my friends. Coming off of a night of technical difficulties, which I'll try to outline for you guys to understand what's going on. For those who were trying to follow the videos I was doing last night on YouTube, it might have been pretty confusing. I don't blame you. Excuse me. Also, yes, once again, my allergies are in effect. My post-nasal drip is bothering me, just to forewarn you. Welcome to the Pre-Stream Podcast. Today is Monday, April 25th, 2022. Today is the final streaming day of the week for me. I am off from streaming tomorrow. Excuse me. And I come back on Wednesday for another full week of streaming fun, which we're going to talk about in a little bit as I outline the schedule for you guys. It's been an exciting week for sure. We've had so many interesting things happening. Speaking of which, I actually have, I was going to say, why is the lighting so off? There we go. We have some updates today in regards to future content. I have a major update in regards to DSP Reacts, the new series that we tried out this week. We tested the waters with me doing a full 5-hour analysis and reaction of the Down the Rabbit Hole Wings of Redemption video. Which, by the way, continues to do really well. Viewership is great on YouTube so far. I mean, not outstandingly, amazingly, oh my God, viral. No, nothing like that. But I don't think anything on DSP Gaming at this rate will have anything like that anytime soon. The whole point is that I am attempting to build this channel up. I'm attempting to make DSP Gaming something interesting and prominent for people again. And for 5 years, it was not. It was just an archive of my live streams from Twitch. But now I'm back for a year here, and I'm doing my best to build this sucker up. It's hard, when you've neglected something for that darn long, and people just get this mentality that it's not important anymore, and now trying to convince them to come back, it's tough. Even when I'm putting out good original new content, I'm trying new things, right? We'll see how things go, because, basically in May, it'll be a whole year of me being here full-time on YouTube. Ups and downs and all arounds, as they say. And one of the things that I know I'm going to have to do is diversify my content. And so that's what I attempted to do this weekend with this DSP Reacts project, which I'm getting pretty much resounding and positive feedback about. The stream did outstanding when it comes to engagement and viewership. We got a lot of new subs based off of it. Tons of content in regards to comments is what I meant to say. In regards to the series, probably got more comments on the series than anything I've done anytime recently. In fact, in recent memory, the only thing that's done as good is my Elden Ring playthrough. My Elden Ring playthrough consistently is doing well, okay? And sorry, again, this post-nasal drip is really bothering me today. It's pissing me off. So, yes, I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that on today's pre-stream podcast, because I have big updates in regards to that, okay? So we'll talk about that in a moment. Today we're going back to Elden Ring. This will be interesting to talk about how Elden Ring is going to go. We're in Endgame today. We basically don't have much left to do in the game besides a tiny bit of little extra exploration and stuff I missed before. There is a Dung Eater quest line to finish by the end of the game, but I'm not there yet. and we got these final couple areas, and then we're done. But the thing is, the final areas essentially are quite lengthy. So, and challenging, by the way, I should say, too. So, this should be fun today to get into the end game content and see how I do and see how I tackle it. I certainly hope that there's something that's new. And I mean that, too. Like, I really hope, because we're at the end of the game, that they saved some good stuff for last. Because I hate to say it, the last 10 to 15 hours, maybe even 25 hours of gameplay has been reused content. Except for maybe one or two bosses, which I've called out and said they're some of my favorite bosses of the game. Outside of them, it's just been, wow, the same shit. Wow, the same shit. The same shit. They keep recycling the same shit. So, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too for Elden Ring today. Tonight on the late stream is going to be Skyrim, which was supposed to be Saturday night, but we basically postponed it to keep going with the DSP Reacts event because people wanted me to finish it all in one day. Skyrim tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, should be exciting. Not only are we going to likely finish up the Companions quest line, but then we've got more interesting stuff to do. Like there's this Daedric quest I've been waiting to do for the longest time and didn't have a chance to do because I didn't have a Daedric card. And now I have it. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to head into a DLC. Which one, I don't know yet. But we're 90 plus hours into Skyrim. I think it's time to finally do a DLC. Don't you guys think? Of course, the DLCs are quite lengthy in this game. So once we start a DLC, we'll be locked into that for many sessions. But I think it'll be cool. Okay?
Oh, my God. No
All right.
cares.
I'm off from streaming tomorrow. Hope that you guys have a good day away from my streams, no matter what it is that you do. If you do happen to get caught up on stuff here on DSP Gaming from the past week, please remember to consider giving all the videos likes if you like them and leaving comments on them. They help for engagement. Right now, the Down the Rabbit Hole reaction is doing really well in regards to that. The likes and the comments really helping the channel. But if we keep that momentum on everything, it would be great. Okay? Excuse me. No, I do not have asthma. I don't have asthma, but because I have postnasal drip, what happens is a lot of times when I go to sleep, it persists and I wake up. And now it's been gulped up all night. And it's really nasty. And I sit here for hours trying to clear it out. And then what you'll notice is that about an hour, 2 hours into the stream, all of a sudden it won't sound as bad and it won't be an issue anymore. And people are like, gee, what happened? It goes away. During the course of a normal day, it actually goes away. I think it actually gets worse sometimes overnight. So it depends, obviously, the time of year and stuff. But yeah, right now it sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. Do I read the contents? Do I read the comments? Of course I do. I have to. My channel, DSP Gaming, is set up that comments need to be reviewed and approved to show up on videos. Why? Because for a very long time, during that era, whenever it was apropos, it was so trendy to hate on Darkside Phil and make a "this is how you don't play" video about everything he does. Okay? People actually got into competitions of who could say the nastiest thing, the most racist thing, the most insulting thing, the most disgusting thing in my comments of my gameplay videos. It was stupid as shit. It was like the dumbest people on the internet came to my channel just to do this because they knew that if they had the worst comment on my video, it would be picked up and highlighted in one of these "this is how you don't play" montages. So essentially within a 2-year period, my channel became a toxic cesspool because people were just doing toxic shit everywhere on it. Like everywhere on the channel that was like this. And I couldn't sit around and just micromanage all the comments at that time. So I shut them off.
Why not?
My actual longtime fans and viewers who were using the channel for positive purposes came to me and said, "Phil, you just got to turn them off. There's nothing else you can do. You know, you're just one man. You can't hire a team to sit here and moderate your comments." So I did. Now, in those 5 years that passed, YouTube had a new system that they implemented. The way it works is people can post comments, but number one, YouTube instituted all of these new filters. So if anyone said anything racist or things, it would filter that out and that comment would immediately be blocked. Okay? But in addition to that, there's a queue. Okay? And the queue allows me to sit there and see new comments and screen them and either approve or deny and respond, which is great because I can approve a comment and immediately go over to it and respond and have a conversation with someone if I so choose. it takes a lot of extra time. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of work now to do this. But since I instituted this back in November, it's helped a lot. Like now having comments on the videos again, people like coming and watching the videos and having that kind of interaction with people who are enjoying the same content that they do. But it's also hilarious because there's still idiots who come and try to troll and not a single comment comes through because they're morons. It's all blocked by YouTube. But anyway, that's the only way that I could actually do it. There's so much stupidity tossed against the channel for dumb reasons that I had to institute that. So absolutely, I see every comment, but 90% of them, well, I say 90% of the idiots, you know, they don't make it through anymore, which is great. Essentially, what we've done in the last year is we've taken ds3 Gaming from a channel that was just a quiet archive, and we turned it back into a place for interaction, discussion, and enjoyment of games. And that's what I wanted to do in the last year since I came back full-time to YouTube, is turn my whole business around, which I feel like I have. I mean, has the business grown? Yes, but just very slowly. I wish it had grown faster, admittedly. But as I told you guys, it's going to take a long time. It took a long time for Twitch to take off for me. That whole first year, 2 years that I was on Twitch, it wasn't great. It was just okay. And then all of a sudden, it started to grow bigger and bigger. You started to see a major amount of subs come in and everything. And I think it's going to be kind of the same thing. Definitely the same thing here on YouTube, especially if YouTube ever implements the changes they've claimed they're going to institute to improve the streaming experience, which they still haven't. I told you guys last year. It was like the fall of last year, and they announced, oh, we're going to do all this stuff next year. And I was like, God forbid they actually do it in a timely manner. And then January came, I said, still not here. And February came, still not here. And people said to me, why are you being so impatient? I said, because I know YouTube. I've been here for 14 years. I know how YouTube works. They always overpromise and underdeliver. So you guys hear me back in early this year complaining, where is it? Where is it? Think about how awesome it would have been if we had all those improvements to YouTube in February, when all the new games hit, right? In that tiny span where we had Pokemon Legends Arceus, Sifu, Dying Light 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring premiering, all that stuff. Imagine if we had all these new features on YouTube at that time that we all could have been enjoying. When they're going to turn it on when no one cares, you know? If it even works when they turn it on, because that's the other problem with YouTube. But anyway, I am enjoying what I'm doing here on YouTube. Thank you guys who are posting up comments. Please continue to do so. I read them all. Okay? Okay. Let's get back to the schedule because we got distracted here when I got asked to read comments. So what are we doing later on this week when I get back from my day off tomorrow? Well, on Wednesday, it's going to be more Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. We're continuing on with Revenge of the Sith, finishing it up and heading into the modern Star Wars movie trilogy now, which will be interesting because I've only seen 2 of the movies. I saw The Force Awakens like 2 or 3 times. I saw The Last Jedi once, and I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was okay. And I never saw The Rise of Skywalker. So this will be interesting to see the whole plot here kind of unfold in video game form, because I don't know what's coming. I actually have no idea. Then Wednesday night will be Game Pass night. And I'm glad that we got to this topic, ladies and gentlemen, because as of this morning, all right, we have to set up a new poll, all right? How does this work? Well, what I've been doing is, since we beat Kirby about a week ago, I've been doing these Game Pass nights where the members vote on what games they'd like to see on a night stream. And the last last 2, I should say, Game Pass nights, the members voted for I Am Fish, which, by the way, I don't mind at all, okay? I don't mind at all. I've been really enjoying I Am Fish. We did the entire pufferfish plot line. It was great. And then last night we did 2 stages. We did the second stage of the piranha fish and the second stage of the flying fish, which was very challenging. The flying fish stuff, it's difficult. The other cool thing is that the game is tying into the previous games that this company has made, I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator. So that's kind of neat. I don't really understand the references, but people would explain them to me. I'm like, that's kind of neat. So it's a great game. I really enjoy it, and we're having great times on those streams. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to post up the poll for the next Game Pass night, which is Wednesday. So that means members would have today, tomorrow, and of course the first half of Wednesday to vote on what game they want to see. So let's do it live right now. Here we go. Let's do it. All right, community tab of the SP Gaming channel page. Change the post to channel members only. All 395 of you now. We have had a sharp increase in members because people want to see me react to my own Down the Rabbit Hole video. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, okay? Because I have an update on that, actually. I have a big update on that. That's one of the things I want to talk about this morning. Okay, poll. Which game should Phil play on the next members Game Pass night this coming Wednesday? Good luck. Options will be Serious Sam 4, I Am Fish, yet again, because this time we might actually beat the game. Let's see, Serious Sam 4, I Am Fish, YouTubers Life 2, One Piece, Pirate Warriors 4, or Quake. Those are your 5 options, okay? So if you are a member of the channel, please exercise your power, exercise your right to vote in the poll and pick what game I'll be playing on Wednesday night. I don't mind any of those. They're all great games. If you guys want me to finish I Am Fish, I'm down for that. If you're tired of it because now I played it 2 streams in a row and you want something different, I'm down for that too. All those games are great selections in my opinion. Now, I do have an update here. Once we do end up finishing up a game, like let's say we finish up I Am Fish sometime the next week, what I'm thinking of doing is I think I'm going to do another night where we go through Game Pass together and we pick out some other games, because perhaps it's that you guys were interested in those games, back in January, but it seems like everyone keeps voting for I Am Fish. I'm curious to see what you guys will vote for after that, but maybe we want to add a couple new games to the mix, okay? Especially because Forgotten City is out of the running. We already know to beat Forgotten City, it's going to take like over 2 hours, so I can't do it on a night stream. That's already going to happen as a given as a daytime stream coming up, so that's out of the running. And if I Am Fish is done, now we got another game out of the running. So we need to start picking new games to add into the running, you see? So, please vote, and perhaps within the next week, we will have a night where we go through Game Pass again and look at some new games for possibilities for night streams, okay? But members, call to action, please vote. The more votes, the better. All right? Thank you. Excuse me. All right, this coming Thursday will be more Elden Ring Endgame paired with the continuation of Skyrim. Now, you might say, but wait a minute, didn't you say there was new content coming out this week? Yeah, this coming Thursday, there is an expansion for all games, Bug Snacks. That's right, the game that was launch title for PS5 that shocked us all, because we all thought it was a cutesy game. It is not. It is a game that deals with adult issues like depression and mental illness and those kind of things. Plus, there's a horror in it that you didn't even expect, but there's tons of horror at the end of the game. Okay? So Bug Snacks is getting a 3-hour-long expansion this week on Thursday.
Oh my
no one
God!
has confirmed or said anything about what time the expansion is coming out. And what I know for a fact is that games that are on PlayStation don't consistently get the content at the same time. If this were a brand new release game that people were buying, then likely it would come out overnight and it would be available either at midnight, your local time, or by like 10 a.m. in the morning. But for DLCs like this, especially a free one, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're available, sometimes they aren't. So I said to myself, do I really want to lock in and say, oh, let's play Bug Snacks DLC on Thursday, and then it's not available? That would just screw everything up. So I'm going to play it safe. And I'm going to say, let's do the Bug Snacks DLC Friday. It's definitely going to be available by Friday unless something goes horribly wrong. All right? So it'll be the main stream on Friday. 3 hours of Bug Snacks fun. Apparently, this is a new area that you go to. I think it's an island full of giant Bug Snacks creatures, which is interesting. The big Bug Snacks.
It's not interesting in the slightest bit.
It'll actually be pretty cool.
It's not interesting at all.
About and re-explore the world of Bug Snacks for the first time in a year and a half. Okay. So there you go. Friday night fights. Old school Street Fighter fun. We'll likely still try to play it on Xbox, although last week it was kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes we got good matches in a lobby, and sometimes we actually got ranked matches, and other times we were just kind of sitting around. So in this case, if we play it again on Xbox this week and we have issues, we can switch it back to the PlayStation, which is fine. Keep in mind, we're under 2 months now for the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on Friday nights. It's going to basically
This nigga
come out
fucking jawing like he's on meth.
A new collection called Capcom Fighting Collection comes out.
Look at this fucking, he jawing like a
compilation
motherfucker.
game that includes all these different versions of the Darkstalkers franchise, plus Hyper Street Fighter 2, which is an amalgamation game that combines all the different versions of Street Fighter 2 into one, plus other fighting games as well that are, honestly, they're more fringe games from Capcom. They're not necessarily mainstream hits, but I guess it's nice for variety's sake to see a few of them thrown in there. I don't know if I'll ever really care about them, but we might mess around with them a little bit at launch, okay? So all that being said, it's the final countdown
Years ago, I guess.
for this version of Street Fighter. So hope you'll join me Friday night.
It means they're on
for
fucking
the
drugs.
last sessions we'll probably ever do. Okay. So then over the weekend, you're gonna have more Lego Star Wars paired with the continuation and likely end game of Elden Ring. I don't know if we'll beat Elden Ring this coming week. You figure 3 hours today, 3 hours Thursday, and then maybe like 3 hours Sunday. I don't know. We may beat it, we may not. Also, same thing with Lego. We may actually beat Lego Star Wars this week. I don't know. We have to see how it goes and play it by ear. All right. Now, once I beat those games, we're gonna look at what's new, what's next, what's coming. First of all, once I beat Elden Ring, I'm doing a full review of the game, which I never do. I haven't reviewed a full game review like that since The Last of Us 2, almost 2 years ago. I almost never do game reviews anymore, but this is definitely an instance where I need to do a review. All right, I have a lot to say about Elden Ring. You've heard a lot of it over the course of the playthrough. You've heard moments of greatness where I'm like, wow, I love this game. And you've heard moments of rage and anger and disappointment at things that I don't like about the game. And I want to summarize all of that and formally review the game for you in an honest manner that most people didn't do. Most people who reviewed this game fanboyed the fuck over it and kissed its ass the entirety of the review, which is ridiculous. I just find it hilarious that there's people who are like, oh yeah, the game has this shortcoming, this shortcoming, this shortcoming, this shortcoming. Man, it could have been better. 10 out of 10 perfect game. What a great review. You're totally not an ass. Anyway. So my review will be interesting and different for sure. And I'm excited to do it, but we got to beat the game first so I can formulate my actual thoughts in my head and actually have this nice big review for you guys. Okay? So that's coming. The next game after I beat either Elden Ring or Lego Star Wars is WWE 2K22. This is a game you guys have asked for a while. There's a showcase mode that's only a few hours long, but then we're going to go into my career mode and create my wrestler and go through its own simulated career. And eventually, when it seems appropriate, we'll do fantasy matches. We will set up events where I'll just have all these fantasy characters and wrestlers fighting each other in all kinds of zany situations. Okay? Awesome. So, we shall see how all that goes. Now, also, what else is going on in May? Well, there's actually new releases in May that I'm interested in, including, let me go through them here. No, there it is. Trek to Yomi, Evil Dead the game, possibly Vampire the Masquerade, but I'm not sure. And at the end of the month, there's Sniper Elite 5, the House of the Dead remake, and Pac-Man Museum Plus. Not a ton of games, but still at least there's a few to throw in there for variety purposes, okay? So, this coming month will be an interesting mix of content, and then likely we will have time for another new game at some point. I'm not sure exactly what it'll be or when, but I guess we're going to talk about it. I heard that there's actually been a lot of new stuff released on Game Pass recently that perhaps people would be interested in seeing me play. Of course, we've also tossed around the idea of me maybe playing some retro games, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. I feel like we still got several weeks. We still got to finish up the games I'm playing, do this review, you know, and then WWE and move on from there. Then we'll figure it out. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's the schedule. Now you guys know what to expect roughly in the schedule. However, let us now address the elephant in the room. What are you doing in my room? Get the fuck out of here. You smell. Okay. But now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the DSP Reacts project that I did on Saturday, and let's talk about the future of the series. Okay. So since I did DSP Reacts on Saturday,
holy shit, he might hit his members goal.
It went really well. Everyone likes it. Everyone wants me to do more, and they're wondering what's the next project, what's the future, what are you going to do? Well, a lot of people didn't realize that we already have that answer. We already have this. Take a look. This is already set up, and what is that? Well, that's the members goal for the month. And originally, the members goal for the month that was set up at the beginning of this month was that if we hit 400 members on the channel in April, I'm going to do DSP Reacts to Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil, my own video on that channel. Okay, I cleared it. I got permission to do it with Frederick Knudsen ages ago. All right, and this month we've been treading the water here because it's been like, oh, we're at like 360, 370, then it stagnates. Oh, we got to 380, then it went down to 360 again. And I'm like, gee, I guess you guys just don't care about my idea, even though it was essentially something you guys asked me for ages. Okay. Well, all of a sudden, I do this video on Saturday, and we gained like 20 members. Seriously, we were at like 370 something, and all of a sudden it goes, boo, and I'm seeing comments constantly on the videos. Are you going to do one? Are you going to do your own video? Are you going to react to your own video? You're going to react to your own video, huh, Phil? Huh, Phil? Huh, huh, huh? Okay. So the answer is yes, if we hit the members goal. Right now it's April 25th. April has 30 days. If by the end of the 30th day of April we have 400 members, then yes, I'm doing it. If we don't hit it, I'm not doing it. That's the point of a members goal. If we get 5 members today, right now on this stream, it's confirmed, it's locked, it's happening. And we can actually set a date, we can promote, we can hype, we can get excited for it, okay? And people are saying, how much is it to become a member? I think $3.99, United States denomination. I don't know how much it is internationally, but I think I said it to $3.99, American dollars. Okay, so if you're not a member and you want to see this happen, what are you waiting for? By the way, you get so many advantages being a member of the channel. Number one, you support the channel. You allow me to keep doing the kind of content that I want to do. If you like this new idea of the series of DSP Reacts, support it. Okay, you get a Chat Crown badge to show how long you've been a paying member and supporter of the channel. You get a highlighted name both in video comments as well as the stream chat. You don't have to abide by the rules of the stream chat when it comes to slow mode. You can talk as much as you want. There's no limitations on how much you can talk. You get access to all my emotes, both in the comments of the videos and in the stream chat. When we hit 400 members, we unlock a new emote slot, so all members get a new emote to use. Also, you get access to all these exclusive voting privileges. Like right now, you can vote on what game I'm going to play on Wednesday night for the members only poll. Also, when we do special events like marathons and the like, you get priority access to nominate and vote on games that will take place during those events. Also, you're really cool if you do it. You're just a cool guy or gal, seriously, or anywhere in between, however you choose. I don't care. You're cool if you're a member of this channel. Oh my God. All right. So let's make it happen, man. Seriously, let's make it happen. Let's do it today. Let's do it on this Elden Ring stream. We already have 326 people watching. Unless all of you are members already, which you're not, because I see there's people in the chat that don't have a nice green name. What are you waiting for? Do you want to see me react to my own video? You do. And here's why. I rewatched the video last night. I rewatched the video. I can't speak. Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil. I rewatched the video. And I said, wow, there's even more stuff that I can react to.
Rewatch the video. You haven't reacted to the fucking video.
I was like, oh, actually, this is kind of, it's a common belief, but it's not true. Here's the truth of the matter. It's actually kind of true, but not really. And here's how I can explain. How can I fully explain the situation? Right?
I'm a liar. I'm a faggot.
That some people are like,
I'm
oh, Phil's not
scammer.
going to talk about, or Phil's afraid to talk about. You're out of your mind. The whole point is I'm going to talk about the whole video in its entirety. I'm going to address everything in it. All right? A lot of what's in the video is absolutely 100% true. And I'll tell you what's 100% true when we watch it back. And, a lot of it is embarrassing. A lot of it's stupid things that I did over the years that I know was dumb as shit. But, of course, in the moment, I didn't want to admit it. Right? Some of it's completely wrong. Some of it is completely wrong. But I don't blame Frederick Knudsen, because a lot of stuff has been said about me over the years and been made like, oh, this is public knowledge about Phil. But it's not. It's just something someone said a million times with no factual corroboration. So I'd actually be able to clarify that stuff. Okay. I actually also feel
he was scratching his leg.
I actually also feel that this video, when I do my reaction to it, could end up turning into other stuff. Because the video is only 30 minutes long. And at that time, I actually talked to Frederick Knudsen about this. I said, is there a reason why my video is so short in comparison to some of your other very popular videos that are like hours long? Like the Wings of Redemption video is 2 hours long, very in-depth, very detailed. And I'm like, why did you go into so much detail with him and not me? He's like, well, when I was starting off 5+ years ago, I was under the impression that people would not watch a video longer than 30 minutes. That statistics show, that YouTube viewers would disengage after a certain length of time watching a video. So he basically was just trying to hit on the high points that he felt were the most interesting points there. And definitely there was a ton of stuff left out. Like I actually directly asked him, I said, you didn't ever really touch upon the hate groups that I had. And I actually think that the hate groups, like for example, the Sons of Kojima, were some of the most fascinating things that happened in regards to my history. Because how many people have an actual dedicated hate group of people who publicly broadcast themselves all over the internet and do these things? Like, it was just weird, right? And he doesn't talk about any of that stuff in the video. I said, that actually, I might have been interested to learn about them, because at the time I paid no attention. I just ignored all that shit and I just kept doing my own content. And lies! Because it was only a 30-minute video.
The king of lies! That's what he is.
And
he's the king of lies.
Stuff. And I asked him, would you ever,
people asking what he's the king of. He's the king of lies.
Give you takes on things or let you know.
Or wait, no, that's Satan. Never mind. I'll walk it back.
Going back and doing that kind of content anymore. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, I think that this video, again, going through it, there's a lot to talk about there. I think that people are making these weird assumptions that Phil will not address this, Phil will not address that. It's wrong. I'm going to address everything in the video. There's so much in that video to talk about. So anyway, yeah, so I'm excited to do it. I really am. I'm excited to do something like this. And like I said, there's tons of stuff to do in the future. It doesn't all have to be about me. Some of it can be about me, but a lot of it can be just first-time stuff too. Because that's the thing. You have to understand that there's different kinds of reaction content. In this case, if I'm
there is not. There is exactly one kind of reaction content. It's when you watch the fucking video the first fucking time and react to it.
Phil's first-time reaction. This is Phil already knows what happened, but now he's gonna.
That's exactly what a fucking reaction is.
As opposed to when I watched.
Otherwise, it's a review.
I didn't know any of it.
It's that easy. Look at my head. Look at my head. And I fucking know more than this nigger. Wow.
Very well
imagine
that I watched this video and it's a different kind of reaction. People don't like it as much. What are you gonna do? Now, by the way, I gotta reiterate this. I'm not ever reacting to troll content. I'm not reacting to people whose intention is to slander or have misinformation. There's been tons of those people. There's even been people who they act under the guise like they're doing truthful stuff. They are not. They're full of shit. And they do it on purpose to get clickbait views. There's some of them right now who are doing it. And it's bullshit. So that kind of stuff I'm never reacting to. I'm only going to react to stuff that's known to be kind of neutral and or factual. Okay? I'm not here to hate on anyone. I'm not here to bring anyone down or slander or defame anyone. That's not the point of what I want to do here with this, with any kind of reaction content that I do. Okay? I refuse to do that. Tons of other people do it. I refuse to do it. All right? Dalzim's Elephant says, wouldn't it be more accurate to call your video a response rather than a reaction? Yeah, it's going to be like DSP reacts. Dark Side Phil down the rabbit hole.
That's not a reaction.
It's more like DSP react/reaction, right?
That's a karaoke.
Or, excuse me, DSP. Well, I'm blowing this today.
Better
DSP
than
react/response.
first time or
yes.
Brand new.
Okay.
I guess that's on the viewing audience, but I'm more comfortable hearing the song first. Especially
okay. So
with
anyway,
fucking NSS bullshit.
So we're fine. By the way, members,
we're
checking them. I'm gonna shout you out.
I fucking stream my goddamn song.
The total members for the channel, and if we're getting closer or not. When we hit 400, we'll lock into doing it, and we'll start scheduling it and talking about it and hyping it and getting excited for it. Okay? Now, you may say, okay, that's great. So obviously this is going to be the next thing on the agenda if it happens, but what
I'm gonna
past
sing about
that?
God
Right?
not
Oh
existing.
my God,
I don't. That
I
you
can't-
should
I
know
can't
me better
stop
than that fucking content.
If you don't see a join button on the channel, it's because you're on mobile, and mobile doesn't ever have a join
You
button.
don't think that's gonna trigger me? That's
So
the
all you gotta do is type
exact thing that's
membership
gonna
into the
trigger
chat,
me.
and it brings up the link to join. Some people are complaining there's no join button. That's because you're on mobile. On
And
PC,
I'm gonna sing about it.
I can see it right now actually. On PC, I click
I'm
on my
saying
new
I
channel page,
listen
there's
to
the
it,
join
but
button.
I'm not
It's been
gonna
there
sing
forever.
the fucking
It's
lyrics.
just that on mobile, YouTube doesn't work. I mean it. Like on mobile, YouTube just doesn't work right. It never did. No mobile version of YouTube has ever worked fully. It's always like a half-featured version that barely works.
Y'all don't seem to understand.
I always joke about it over the years.
Like I thought I made it very clear.
And I say, at one point, YouTube was a
I love
full-fledged,
Jesus. And that
creative,
I'm not sorry for
interesting
loving Jesus.
website. If you were a content creator who was making content on your channel on YouTube, you could have custom colors, custom borders, custom text and font.
Right, but I'm saying
custom background for your channel.
You were the exact reason why
all kinds of fun
bet
stuff. You could have links. You could have all these different sections.
I
YouTube
bet
is a creative place. When you went to your YouTube
karaoke,
channel,
like
it was
I'll
a
sing
combination of a place to post up your video
That's
content,
fine,
but it could be like a
inside.
social media hub for
But
you as a person on the internet. It was like building a business and your online identity around
ask
video
me
content.
to disown my
Then one day
page is
YouTube
not
said,
gonna happen.
"Oh, well, we're preparing for
I'm
everything to
just
load on mobile,
straight
so
up
we're
the
just doing
jump.
away with
That's
all
not
of
gonna
it."
fucking happen.
And they did. Overnight, they flipped the switch. It deleted it all. No more custom anything. Everything's black and white. No more pictures, no more sections, nothing. Just load your playlists and videos. That's it. White background, or when they added dark mode, black background. It fucked the whole site up. It was terrible. It used to be so much better. It did. And then the hilarious part, the absolutely hilarious part about all of that, all right, is that it never worked. They changed the entire site to supposedly work for mobile, and it never did. And it still doesn't to this day. It doesn't work for
I disagree with. If I can find
It's hilarious. Anyway,
way to make them
I got
about God.
let's talk
I think singing
about the future
and
of
dancing
DSP
is for
React because I
God.
have some updates
We're
for
called
you now.
to sing and
Alright?
dance before God. King
So
David in
since
the
I know
Bible
that DSP Reacts,
was seen by slaves
project this
dancing
weekend for Rings of
before
Redemption,
God.
I've gotten tons of
When the
feedback
Ark
from
of the
suggestions,
Covenant was
tons of
brought
people saying,
into
just do this, do this, do this.
Jerusalem.
And as I said, absolutely positively, I'm
And
not going to be doing
he
any
said,
content
I will
that's
continue.
considered
If you think that was
slander,
embarrassing,
if I do any
I will
reaction
continue
style
to
content,
embarrass
it has to be
myself
something
for the
that's
Lord.
neutral or meant to be like a documentary or factual. So everyone who sent me videos on LTG and everyone who sent me videos on Keemstar and everyone, I'm looking at them, I'm like, this is shit. This is crap. I actually don't think anyone ever in history made an actual factual documentary style video about certain people like LTG or Keemstar. It seems like all the stuff that's out about them is all meant to be.
I think it's
slanderous
fine
or
to be
defamatory.
gay. Whatever.
Okay? And that's not good. If you're someone like me, you want to react to
God
something
loves
that
us all the
seems,
same.
A factual documentation of
Regardless
what's going on.
if we're murderers
I can't
or
even find anything.
adulterers.
And that's not good, obviously. That's bullshit. That's just a
It
symptom
doesn't
of
matter.
YouTube.
God loves us
if I
all the
create
same. And we just have
something
to
that's
believe
purposely
that
toxic,
Christ
slanderous,
died
and
for
negative,
us. And
I will
then
get
ask for
ginormous views and
forgiveness.
all kinds of attention. But
And
if
we
I
all
make an
sin,
honest
so
effort, all right, to try to do something that's like
that lines
neutral
up
and factual,
with the
no one cares.
laziness
Like,
I
how
have.
stupid is that? It doesn't make
It's the
any sense
easiest
at all.
religion.
But that's YouTube. That's the nature of YouTube. The way that they set up the website is that
I'm
it
not
promotes
overthinking it.
slander and insults.
I think about
as
Christ
opposed to
all the
facts.
time. I be thanking God when I'm taking a shit. I say, please God, give me fucking help.
And it sucks
I
because
need
I
your
would
help.
absolutely
I'll
love to
have a
cover
seizure
things
on this
on
goddamn
individuals,
toilet.
but I can't
Without
find
your
anything.
help.
Everything
I
someone
need your
sent me is
help.
like, yeah, it's not
And
very good. I'm
when
like,
I
jeez.
fucking wipe my ass, I thank him.
Yeah, even people were like, oh,
Hey, I
what about
appreciate it,
Content
guy.
Cop? Apparently Content Cop is one of the
You're
worst.
real cool.
I've been
You're
told
a cool
Content
guy.
Cop
I
is total
appreciate your
drama.
help.
So yeah, so I have to kind of start on stuff that I kind of know is neutral. So just so you guys know,
I pray in the
I went ahead and I followed up
beginning of the morning
with Frederick Knudsen, and I thanked him profusely. I was like, dude, you allowed
to
me
not
to
have
do
a
this
seizure.
with the Wings video.
I never
People
know.
loved it. It's probably the
I
most
got a
popular
feeling
thing I've done in a
coming on,
long time outside of maybe like my Elden Ring playthrough. People absolutely love the project. This is
Well, you should know better,
definitely something that I'm going to do in the future. And I was like, so you know, not that I want to do every single video from his channel or anything like that, right? But I said, hey, what, you know, how would you consider me doing some of your other videos? Now, obviously, there's going to be some that people are going to want over others, but I'm just curious. And he said, well, his mentality is, as long as you're not doing a straight re-upload, like you didn't rip his video off his channel and toss it on yours and say it's your content and try to get views and money off of it and shit like that, that essentially as long as you are saying, hey, this is his content and giving him a plug or whatever, that he's okay with me doing anything with any of the videos. I was like, wow, the whole channel? Yeah. He's totally down with me doing anything on his channel. Okay. Pretty cool. So that means anything on the Frederick Knudsen channel is fair game. All right. And he's got a lot of stuff on there. But at the same time, I don't think much of it is stuff that you guys would be interested in. He has a lot of documentaries that are more about things that have nothing to do with internet content.
I'm just saying,
like the history of the hurdy-gurdy.
Defend my faith.
It's fascinating, but do you guys want to see me react to that? You know what I mean? Like, so he's got a lot of stuff, and I haven't seen. The only things I've seen on that channel, just so you guys know, is my video and Wings. I haven't seen anything else. People right now are saying, what about Temple OS? I don't even know what that is. What is Temple OS? I have no clue. Is that a content creator? I have no idea who that is. The Temple OS one I accidentally put on was good. Yeah, when I was watching the Wings of Redemption one, I was accidentally hitting the tab on my controller. And so I want to talk about YouTube on mobile and how stupid it is. If you're watching the YouTube mobile app on your Xbox and you sneeze, you go, oh, you skip the video, you go to another video. What the fuck? I grazed the button. I didn't want to do it, and it fucking jumps you out of the video. What the fuck?
He wasn't pressing buttons.
So yeah, I accidentally played the video a couple times. People are saying it's interesting. Oh yeah. And I'm also being told the Spoonie one would be good. Yeah. No, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna say this publicly. That there's a certain person who's been making videos about.
I've seen that Brian before. That's probably a real.
He's a scumbag. His stuff is not corroborated. There's no evidence of the shit he's saying. He literally just grabs the supposition and the conspiracy theories off the internet and puts it into a video, and then he calls it like the top 10 worst DSP gaming moments. The title of the video is clickbait. None of what he puts in the video is worst gaming moments. I don't know. It's literally complete drama and conspiracy and horseshit about me. I have no idea, Joe. He's insulted my family members. He's insulted my wife. People who have nothing to do with my content. The guy is a fucking turd. And he doesn't deserve a moment of my fucking attention.
But I'm going to give you fucking 2 minutes of it.
The last time I'm going to mention him. He shouldn't exist. He's a piece of shit.
Kill yourself!
Right? That's not a documentary. That's,
kill yourself!
Insulting negative possible thing on the internet and compile it into a video and claim it's gaming moments when it's not. And then push it to the internet like that for drama. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Okay. So don't bring that shit up, okay? All right. Excuse me. So, right now, for the near future, and by the way, as I told you guys, I am not going to be doing React content constantly. It's not going to happen. It's something that I want to do it as a special event that we promote and we hype up, and it's a rarity that we do it, okay? And here's why.
Quit touching your fucking face.
If we do it like that, then it feels special. Much like when I do a marathon, right? I'm not doing a marathon every week. I do a marathon every few months. And when we sit down and I do a marathon, it feels like something special because it's outside of the norm of what I do. It feels like it's something that's extremely interesting because it's rare.
Extremely
right? If I sat here and I did React content once a week, it would be boring within a month. We get tired of it. It'd be like, wow,
it's already boring.
It's not a big deal anymore. But if I do it every once in a while, okay, then
it's already boring.
So the good thing about that is because I'm not
make it through fucking 5 minutes and not be boring.
Look at a channel like Frederick Knudsen's channel, and just down the rabbit hole videos, and you say, oh, okay, well, what about Temple OS, or what about Spoonie, your own video, and maybe pick one or two others. Now that could be months of content. just right there, and that's good. Okay, so yeah, so let's see what happens. Again, I would say right now, the biggest possibility is stuff on that channel.
Look at the fucking camera.
For the most part, are trying to be neutral and just reiterate things that are known to be kind of fact on the internet. Okay, so here we go. This idiot, just get rid of this idiot. So that's the deal for now. But I need your feedback on what other kind of stuff could I do? Because it's funny because some people are saying things like, "Well, do this, do that," and then everyone thinks someone's tossing my way. I look at it, I'm like, "That's drama content. It's blatant drama content. It's not even like under the guise of something else. It's people insulting other people. I'm not doing that. That's not the purpose of me doing this. Okay." Okay. Fair enough? All right. All right. So that's what I have to say about that. That's what I have to say about that, my friends. Outside of that, I would hope that we hit this today. We're going to start doing shout outs.
Terry like nigger more
outside
than me.
That,
I love nigger.
I'm trying to think if there's any other housekeeping stuff to talk about. If there's anything else going on.
I never really saw any of the shit, so I don't believe. I'll take your word for
cover
it.
all the topics. No real gaming news to talk about today, but what I will say is all hail to the almighty Elon Musk, the most intelligent, handsome, well-spoken,
shut the fuck up,
gentleman on planet Earth who never does anything wrong. All right? I'm not saying this because he's now apparently buying Twitter this week. It's pretty much official at this point that the people who own Twitter are going to sell it to him and he will own it. I'm not doing it for that. It's not that I need to continue to use Twitter for business purposes, and I absolutely don't want to get banned from Twitter. That's not why I'm saying this. I swear to you. I'm being totally honest here. Okay? Excuse me. Okay. All right, let's do shout-outs. Let's just get to shout-outs, okay? So, we start off today on the YouTube side of things with Soren S., who became a channel supporter this morning. Thank you, Soren S., for joining as a member. Lord Shiogara re-upped his membership for 3 months in a row and displays a huge hunk of muscle, love, and comfort. It's incredibly disturbing. But thank you for the re-upping. I hope that he will behave. As we know, Lord Shiogara, sadly, he was causing problems a little bit ago, and he's been gone for a while. I decided to be nice and let him back, so I hope that he's learned his lesson. And Brian5682 has also re-upped his membership.
Dangling on the string, like slow spinning redemption, whining in and whining out, and trying of it has caught my eye. European, so mesmerizing and so hypnotizing I am, captivated I am, vindicated I am selfish, I am wrong, I am right, I swear I'm right, I swear I knew it all along, I am flawed, but I am cleaning up so well. The thing in me now, the things you swore you saw yourself, don't clear. Like a diamond in your ring, cut to mirror your intentions, oversized and overwhelmed, and trying to wear cats,
396 is the most we've ever had on the channel.
And ready to be so isolated and so motivated.
According to this, and I don't know if it's delayed,
now that I am.
All right.
Vindicated, I am selfish, I am wrong, I am right, I swear I'm right, I swear I do it all along, and I am flawed, but I am cleaning up so well.
And that might be what happened. I don't know.
Now, things
as of this morning,
you saw yourself.
Are we at 395? And before I started shooting, we were at 395.
Turn up the corners of your lips, part them and feel
so we're
my
still at 395. We can do it, guys. 5 more today. We can do it. We can lock it in. All right? Please.
Defenses, paper thin.
Okay.
Just
let's
one
do some
touch and I
start off with a $5 anonymous
to ever slip against the current. So let me slip away. So let me slip away. So let me slip away.
Okay.
So let me slip against the current, so let me slip away. So let me
looks like
slip
D-Man
away.
Games
So
re-upped
let
his
me
membership.
slip
I'll read that in a moment.
away.
But anyway, thank
So
you for being
let
on the
me
tipper.
slip
Captain
away.
Charisma is here this morning, and he tipped me $1.50.
Dude, I am selfish, I am wrong, I am right, I swear I'm right, I swear I
This is
knew
a update
it
on WWE
all.
2K22
I
GFX.
am
I put a
bold,
DX logo.
I am cleaning up so well.
A DXP
I
Bay
swim
logo.
singing
Fired after Adam
out
Cole.
things you
I wanted to
swore
know
you saw
from your face, like, what's my idea?
yourself.
You already got Stone Cold, which is cool.
Dangles on
Stone
the
Cold is my
street,
favorite
like
Attitude
slow
Era
spinning
wrestler.
redemption.
I used to really like Chris Jericho. Everyone likes The Rock, but I think I like Austin and Jericho more. I mean, you already covered the big ones, like NWO and DX are some of the biggest ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. The only other one that I would say, and I know this is kind of stupid, but remember the Nexus? Well, that was actually when I was doing my wrestling commentary show, Smart Guys. That's when the Nexus hit the television. That's when they became part of WWE TV. And so we actually used the Nexus's theme song as our intro to Smart Guys for a while there. And so I don't know, I don't know, because the Nexus is just, was it just an N symbol? I don't know if you can really do anything with that. I'm just throwing that out there because that was one thing that I definitely had ties to when I used to do that show a long time ago. So, thank you, Captain Charisma, for making those. What Captain Charisma is doing, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, since we're going to be playing WWE 2K22 soon, he offered a few weeks ago to make me some logos and things that I can put into my game. Because remember, we're going to make my own wrestler and go through career mode. So it's going to be cool to be able to have your own logos and things to put on your shirts and things in the arena during the playthrough. And he's working on some of this for us, which is awesome. I say for us because as much as he's doing it for me, he's doing it for you guys too, so that we all have like a community cool thing going on during the playthrough. Okay. So it should be pretty cool. So thank you for that, Captain Charisma. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. Excuse me. Yuck. Lord Chigarov did the $1.50. The Burning Love Super Chat was a reference to an Elvis song. Keeping fun. Thoughts on Elden Ring, New Game Plus, and Magic Only. Well, as I've told you guys, I would consider doing another run, whether it's New Game Plus or another just standard game starting over, Magic Bill. I'm okay with that. But being that we've been playing the game for 2 months, we're over 100 hours into it, and we're not done with it yet. I don't think we should be doing that right away. I'm pretty sure that people are burnt out on Elden Ring. They just want to see me beat it at this point and to move on to other stuff. Maybe it's a possibility that I do a second Elden Ring run in the future, but I don't think it's going to be like immediately after I beat it. Okay? Okay. Godzilla's giant dino dick has tipped me $2.89. Says you should look up Millicent's quest line. There's some stuff you have to do with her at the Holly Tree area. Once you finish it, you get a needle, which frees you from the Frenzied Flame ending, and you can choose your ending after the last boss fight. I think that's what I need to do then. I think that's what we need to do. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I don't want to spoil myself, but you guys have been helping me with the NPC quest line. So as long as I'm not missing stuff, just let me know, okay? Cool. Goji says I wouldn't mind a second run in Elden Ring immediately. I would. I've been playing. If you haven't noticed, the last few weeks I've slowed down the amount I'm playing it because it's just so much of the same. If the end of the game was interesting, I probably wouldn't mind. The end of the game has been boring as shit. Ever since I basically finished Langdell, there's been absolutely nothing of interest in the game. Even the underground blood dungeon city, whatever, was boring until the boss. The boss was cool. The whole dungeon sucked. Though the game has gotten completely boring to me. Seriously, I mean it. Like, there's nothing interesting in it. It's the same thing over and over. They put no effort into the end of their game at this point. Now we're heading into the final dungeons. Maybe this will have unique stuff and I'll like it. But I'm so bored right now. I just hope there's something new coming up.
Oh, I'm bored too.
Good God in heaven.
Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys will help me with the NPC quests and stuff coming up because I don't know how to do them. I would absolutely like to do that quest line and finish it. I also want to finish Dung Eater, but I don't know where I need to go, what I need to do to do that.
Yes.
Now, as for a second run, okay, like I said, I'm totally on board to doing it. I just don't want to do it now. I just played the game for over 100 hours. We're not done yet. We're going to beat it in the next week to week and a half. I don't want to do it again right away. I want to do other stuff. Definitely, I'll consider doing it later, especially if you guys keep asking me for it. But it ain't going to be something that happens right away, just to forewarn everyone. No, I'm not going right back to Elden Ring. That's crazy. Okay? Okay. See, it's funny because now Skyrim has more diversity. No, it doesn't. But Skyrim is chill. That's kind of the difference between the two playthroughs. Take a look at the Skyrim playthrough. Take a look at the Elden Ring playthrough. The Skyrim playthrough is literally designed to be relaxing. There's some challenge in it, and there's some silliness in it, and wonkiness, and glitches, and bugs. But you play it, and you can just chill and interact with the audience, have a good time. Elden Ring is like, oh my god, I'm dying at any moment. You gotta be fucking at your wit's end. You're suspenseful, but also you're fucking stressed the fuck out when you play. Your adrenaline's fucking out. It's different. It really is. It's different. If you're gonna force me to work hard, and you're gonna force me to be hyper concentrated and not be able to relax and instead have to really be challenged, then give me something new to be challenged by. Now, look, it's the same enemy you killed 17, 18 times in different places in the game, and this time it hits you for 90% damage instead of less. It's like boring. It's fucking boring.
I figure if y'all moderators, I don't think mods can ban other mods.
Completely reuses everything a million times, but you can relax when you play it, and that's really the main difference between the two games for me, anyway. Okay, Fisting the Sisters. Can we get some better names here, please? It's getting ridiculous. Timmy $1.50 says, thank you. God bless. Well, God bless you.
I get a kick out of Megan Joe or Mo fucking Janny because fucking he made me clean my goddamn
do we have anything on the YouTube side again?
I'm a Janny. Now you know how it feels.
Yes, we do. So D-Man Games had re-upped his membership and said, I'm sorry about that suggestion. It's all right. Maybe you didn't know better, or you didn't know who the guy was. He's a scumbag. I appreciate the support. And Hold Mayo re-upped his membership for 8 months and says, react harder, Phil. People will sub. I gotta react even harder. Okay. Zoya did super chat says, do you consider the trigger warning for fecal talk? No. In fact, I'm just gonna continuously spew fecal talk now because you said that. Well, let me just say it this way. If you're someone who gets triggered easily by anything, you should not be on my channels. All right? Trigger warning. Likely, if you're here and you're a triggerable person who gets triggered by things, you're about to be triggered by something. Whether it's my hideous face, my ridiculous way that I say things, my mannerisms, my demeanor, my horrible gameplay, my farting and burping constantly, picking my nose, talking about duties. There's just so many more.
That was an issue why people couldn't post links is because there's not moderators.
Just re-up the membership at the super supporter level. He says, let's be, and then corrected himself and said, go. It was a typo. Thank you to the villain. He says, let's go. Awesome. Yes, the farting. You guys don't know about the farting because apparently you don't hear it, but I'm constantly farting on my streams, like nonstop. Every 5 minutes or so, there's a big one. But you guys never hear it and never say anything about it. I'm shocked that you guys don't mention the farting because there's some days, I'm not even kidding you, you may see, Phil looks like he's like spry today. He's like full of energy. No, I'm levitating above my chair because there's so much gas coming out of my ass that I'm actually lifted off the ground.
I know no one could post links before.
Gas coming out of my butthole. But you guys don't say anything about it.
So I thought mine folks would fix that.
Why do you think I need to have my window open all the time? Can you imagine it smelling here? Anyway.
I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway.
That's why I started out on this fucking sock channel.
That's right, I am 40 years old. It took me 40 years to hone and refine my craft to get to the level that I am at today, hovering on my methane farts. That's right. Oh my God. Would I ever play the original Saints Row? Yes. I hope they would remake it. They never remade it, right? I'd have to play the original, like on Xbox 360 or whatever. But I never played it. I've heard it's a very different style game from the Saints Row 3 and 4 that I played. I heard it's like a more serious game about gang warfare, which is interesting.
So block.
Okay. Have I thought about hooking up with the quartering again? I don't know anything about the quartering. I'm being honest with you guys now. the quartering
You got the fucking
used to cover me and
standard
talk
by your
about me
name.
in some of his like content, okay? And usually it was not in a very flattering way, but there was one time years ago when one of these hack-ass news sites that's not even popular, no one cares about it, actually wrote an article about me trying to cancel me.
Oh, you can't
it made no
say
sense
nigger.
that no one was going to cancel me based on an article from some hack-ass fucking, journalism site. But the quartering covered it, and he laughed his ass off at how stupid it was. Like, how can you cancel Phil over this? You're out of your mind. So basically, he stuck up for me. So I contacted him. I just said, hey, I liked your video. I just want to let you know thanks for that because that was actually nice of you to cover it fairly. And then after that contact, he reached out to me and said, hey, want to do like a show together, like a podcast? Sure, why not? I'll do an interview. And that was it. That was the extent of me having any kind of relationship to the guy was that. After that, there's nothing. So it's hilarious. They're like, oh, you're cool with the quartering, right? Why don't you do content? What are you talking about?
I got the URL.
That was it. I know nothing else about the guy at all. Like nothing.
I got the URL, but it's saying leave site. Hold on. I'm not doing this right. I gotta open a new tab.
Okay.
Say something went wrong.
The Drunken Peasants podcast, you gotta be joking me. Were you not paying attention years ago when they literally tried to create drama around me that didn't exist to get clickbait views on their own shit because they're hacks and can't get views on their own shit? You missed that whole controversial thing, huh? You did. All right.
I'm saying I click it and say leave
no,
site.
No, fuck them.
Changes you may not be saved. When I click your link in the chat, I don't know why it's that way. I'm saying.
Okay. So anyway, I forgot to even mention this. I guess I'll open it up to open Q&A now. If you guys would like to ask me any questions, you tag me in the stream chat. Be sure to tag me, DSP Gaming, in the stream chat, and we'll do a little bit of Q&A for the rest of the podcast.
I can try and leave.
There's so many beefs. No, I don't.
See if it works. I don't know if it's gonna fucking leave the goddamn.
If you think, look, what is someone not like? Well, basically, people who
you want me to try it or not?
Or people who are common assholes. Like everyone doesn't like them, right? Like, do I have beef with the Drunken Peasants? I really don't give a fuck about them at all. They contacted me to be on their podcast, pretended like they were being legit, and then come to find out the entire thing was a setup. They were trying to fuck me over. And there's proof of it. They tried to act like there was this secret, dramatic private email chain between us and stuff when there was nothing. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They're
I'm
just full of shit.